Out there in YouTube land, this is your brother Phil with the Sidewalk Saint. Today's subject is how do I stay happy? Wow, so many people will love this message because I know how, and I stay happy. Now, that is not to say that once in a while something won't bother you or something big might, come into your life. We're human. We're part human. We're like consciousness or a soul in a physical vessel, basically. And so, yeah, you get jerked around a little bit sometimes, but how do you stay happy the majority of the time? Even like when people around you are in turmoil, you kind of want to stay rooted. Some people think they can't stay rooted, but you can. You just imagine your roots, and your roots are your connection to the earth and the universe, really. So you imagine yourself as a tree going off into the whole entire universe and then returning from the outsides of the universe and coming through the earth and then into you. And so those are your roots, and you can stay rooted. Some real basic stuff, like in just your life alone. Where are your thoughts focused is the question. Where do you focus your thoughts? So if you're watching horrible stories on TV, you're just flushing trash down your brain toilet. And a lot of people do that. So what can you do and still do the things you like to do if you like to watch TV and whatnot? Consciously make an effort to watch something more beautiful. Try out a cheesy love story or whatever. Or remember something from when you were a kid, maybe a movie that you used to just love that always made you feel happy. You can't flush trash down your brain toilet because your brain sewer is going to get clogged. Can you guess that I'm a plumber? Anyways, you see what I'm saying? So, and if you're always sitting around thinking about stuff that you're worried about all day, that's really blowing it. You'll never be happy ever for a second. Nothing will ever be good enough for you. You'll never, ever, ever get there if you do that. Where your mind goes and where your attention goes is where your life goes. So if you're thinking about all the stuff that worries you and what could happen and what already happened, you're just wasting your thoughts and you're wasting your time. Just forget about all of it and just find something else to think about. Or take a deep breath and go within yourself. Meditate or pray and ask for help if you need it. Do whatever comes to your thought. Take a quick moment and say, hey, just say to yourself in thought, what can I do to stay happy? And you'll get all these great ideas will just come flooding in. It's just, there's no way to avoid it. It will happen. But okay, we've addressed not flushing trash down your brain toilet, not watching horrible things on TV. Your psyche doesn't know the difference between that stuff and reality, by the way. So you literally went through that murder story in your mind's eye. You literally went through that horrible nightmare. And it's just a sickness. The media is partially sick for what it shows, based on the only thing that the media cares about, which is profit at your expense. Wow, how does that make you feel? Anyways, I'm not going to get all conspiratorial and get into that. We're trying to know how to stay happy. One really powerful thing I would do is disconnect your brain, because its only purpose is to make your body function and store information, and plug yourself into your heart. Any way you want to do it, any way you can imagine it, any way that resonates with you, just disconnect that. Shut off the switch on your brain that says, I make your decisions, because your brain does not make your decisions, and when it does, it only makes problems, because it has no freaking idea how to do it. Your heart is the decision maker. Your brain is the initiator. Heart decisions, brain initiate. That's what it's supposed to do. Don't confuse yourself. Your heart is the decision maker, because you are a soul in a body, and you know this. Everyone knows it. This is common knowledge. So it's indisputable. And your heart actually, if you look it up scientifically, has more processing capabilities than your brain does per millimeter of tissue. It's pretty wild stuff. Uh, but you'll find that your heart makes the good decisions, and centered in your heart and making your processes go through your heart will definitely bring you closer to staying happy all the time. Another good thing to do really is just to take your thoughts off of things you can't do anything about. Okay? You don't have to forget about them. It doesn't mean you don't take care of them. It just means you don't sit there and think about them all day. You can write yourself a note and come back to it later when you get home. And then just address it then the best you can, and accept what you could do and accept what you couldn't do. You've got to accept it. If you can't change it, worrying about it is a big freaking waste of your day. You're wasting your time. Do not worry about anything. Worrying about things makes them grow. The more you worry about something, the more you're bringing it into your life, the more you're making it your experience, the more you're going to stress out about it, the more you're going to have anxiety. What a colossal waste of your time. And your brain will continue to try to pretend like it's your decision maker, but it will make no good decisions for you, ever. Your brain cannot make a good decision. It doesn't know how, because it will only make decisions that are completely heartless. Does that make sense? Your brain will make heartless decisions, which will all turn out for the worse, for you and everyone around you. End of story. There's nothing to talk about. That's how it works. Hey, that was a really cool bike. Anyways, so yeah. So that's another big thing. That's important stuff. So accept what you can't change and do the best you can with what you can change, but don't spend 1 second stressing out about it. Just take it. What I like to do is make a ball of all my stresses and worries and blow into it all the stuff. Just think very specifically about all the stuff that stresses you. Blow it into a big ball in front of you, and then push it through your heart, and your heart will blend it back into God light, which will actually stay in you and make you feel happier and more powerfully happy. Like it'll give you strength to be more happy. And just stay focused on a happy thing. Go out of your way. Witness the bad thoughts and see them and be like, oh, that's a bad thought. But don't resist it. Let it go through. Let that train drive through. Let that thought balloon of stressfulness float away. Don't take it and make it your balloon. Don't walk around with stress balloons. Walk around with happy balloons. That's what thoughts are. They float around like balloons, and whoever is resonating with that thought, the balloon will come to that person and follow them around. So you let the balloon float through. Goodbye. Don't resist it. If you resist it, you stop it in place and make it into your experience. That's a big, 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 big thing. If you want to stay happy as often as possible, you cannot accept any of those bad thoughts. You do not have to make those your truth or your experience. Nothing bad must be yours. You can let it all go. Upwards of the most horrible thing you can think of, you can let that thing go. You can accept it and grind it through your heart. And if you gotta cry, then cry. You go ahead and cry. You need to cry. You gotta cry. Crying is release and cleansing of you, of the thing that stressed you and the thing that you want to let go. Cry it out, but don't go into despair. Realize, witness what you are doing when you do that. You are excreting the things which you do not want, which make you stressed, which make you have anxiety. I've cried many thousands of hours, I'm certain at this point. And now I just cry and I don't feel sad at all. It's an interesting thing. They call it tears of joy or tears of remembrance. You're just slowly remembering that you're meant to be in a happy state. You are designed to be happy. Happier people live better lives. It's a known thing. Pretty solid stuff. So you got to know that you're made to be happy. You are meant to be happy and have all the money you need, which, by the way, is just only a recent thing that was devised to pretty much just enslave us. But we can actually control what's around us, and we can bring money, loving money, into our lives and good things into our lives. and magnetize that stuff, because that's how we have to do it in this world, and I get it. That's how it's done. It wasn't how it was done for most of our existence here, but it is for this last part, so that's an important part. It's just the way it is. So just be happy with everything around you. Try to be happy. Try to not be stressed. Do your best to not let bills stress you out. And you can take anything that you see and just accept it. Just do it. Take the bill and put it on your heart and say, I accept this bill. Even if you can't even pay it. And then ask for things to be taken care of divinely, beautifully. And you can do that. It's not a problem. It's something you can do and that you are capable of. And you'll be surprised, the more you do this kind of stuff, the better it's going to get. It works for me and it works for my clients in spiritual coaching. Anyways, I want you guys to stay as happy as you can. I hope to goodness that this helped you all, because I want you to be helped. And we'll see you on the next video. Thank you.